Oh, I'm so sorry. I pressed the wrong intro music. But anyway, welcome to the Loco Sports Lowdown. Max Arraj alongside Wes Kerr and
Hey, I
Marcus
was
Walsh.
grooving to that
I was I
intro.
was
I
I was
was.
kind of grooving to it, but I missed the old music.
Yeah,
I pressed the
I'm
wrong
I'm
button.
with
My
you.
apologies. But we'll go with it.
Kind of
Uh,
fitting with the whistle being that tonight's the national
yeah, it's
championship
true.
game.
It's true. It's a good
Gotta
point.
say,
Again, welcome into the Loco Sports Lowdown. Max Arraj alongside WHHI Zone Marcus Walsh and of course Worldwide Wes Kerr. Fellas, obviously halftime right now for the college football playoff national championship game. Indiana has a 10-0 lead. Um, it was really Indiana dominating that first half. I mean, good
yeah,
defense by both teams, but Indiana seems to be what we expected as the better team. So um, you go into the second half, Miami's going to have to fix some things, try to get better on offense. Don't make so many mistakes, which was part of the issue here in the first half for them. But we will see what happens there. But we do have a couple things to talk about here in the Low Country area before we give our full thoughts on the college football playoff national championship game over the first half and what we expect to see in the second half. Obviously, I wasn't on the show with you guys on Saturday night. Of course, I was out with family, but some big wins for the Beaufort boys basketball team over May River, 64-62 win, a 43-24 game in favor of Beaufort at halftime. Big win for them, especially with, I think that's probably going to be one of the most shocking games for us this season to see in the world of high school men's basketball this year, because you just didn't see it coming. And so very interesting game there. I heard Whale Branch, if I'm not mistaken, took down the Hampton County boys the other night. I could
Yeah.
be wrong, but I keep seeing different scores for their game. That may have been the girls' basketball team, may have been Whale Branch girls. I'm not sure. I keep seeing some things, but
I I don't know about that.
I thought originally Hampton County had beat Whale Branch this past Friday, so I'm gonna have to look at the scores again because I keep seeing different scores from different people through that game. So we're gonna have to update that one. Obviously, Bluffton gets the win over Bishop England. Battery Creek stays undefeated in region play with the 50-45 win over Hanahan. Hilton Head Christian got a huge win. For the first time in 2 years, they take down Hilton Head Prep 69-47. Great win for them.
Wow.
JP2 gets a 60-44 region win over Trinity Collegiate. So some big games
This
that took place this
just to
past Friday.
clarify, Max. Sorry to cut you off, but this is
No,
all
go ahead.
boys' scores that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, these are boys' scores. So we'll get over the girls' scores here in just a second as I get it up here on our composite schedule. But I mean, some great wins. That Hilton Head Christian team is starting to come into their own. They've had some impressive wins as of late. Took down that Hardyville boys basketball team back in that tournament, that Bluffton the Bobcat Classic tournament, and that was kind of an impressive win, especially with how Hardyville had been playing throughout the season. This Hilton Head Christian teams, I don't think they're a great team, but I think they're starting to find out what their identity is as a team, and it's really really impressive to see.
I've seen a good bit of them, and I have to be honest. I mean, they've got a lot of great guys that can do a lot of things. Finn Ussery is a guy that
Yeah,
comes to mind for me with his ability to shoot the basketball. But you talk about their identity.
Yeah.
In all honesty, to me, their identity this year is Jake Wood. He
yeah,
has improved so much, and I've seen Jake Wood at his best at times this year, and I've seen him at a little bit less than his best. And
you're
the
right.
difference in Hilton Head Christian Academy, depending on what we see, is staggering. It's
Right.
it's unreal. I saw him a lot
Yeah.
in the Bluffton Classic, and yeah, he is definitely the straw that stirs the drink for sure. Nothing
Yeah.
against those other guys, and they've got other guys that are great pieces and can do great things and are right alongside Jake. But Jake is definitely, in my opinion, the leader of that team.
Yeah, absolutely. Other scores across boys basketball. Hardyville continues to be hot in region play. They are still a one-loss region play team, getting the 56-34 win on the road just across the street from their school at the Hardyville Rec Center. Battle for Hardyville takes down Royal Live Oaks. Those teams will play again in early February at the Ville. So stay tuned for that one. And, of course, a big game coming up in early February for Hardyville. They'll be at home against the defending state champions of 1A basketball, Denmark Olar. So
By the way, Max,
coming up for Hardyville High School.
By the way, Max, I've heard you've been doing some public address announcing over there.
I have. I got to do it all day today during the second annual Martin Luther King Bash Showcase. A lot of schools from around the area, including Bamberg Earhart, Hampton County, May River, Hilton Head, a lot of top JV teams from around the area coming out to compete. Actually, May River brought 2 teams with them. They brought their freshman team and their JV team, and both teams finished undefeated in the showcase over a course of 2 days. So credit to them for having, we talk about how great that varsity team is despite their losses this week. It really starts from the freshman team up through to the varsity level. They're all playing that same kind of system offense, that very fundamental system, and it starts from the ground up. So they really have a solid program being run at May River, and it really showed me what they are and what the future for May River is. And for a lot of the teams around the area, we got to see what the future of the varsity programs will be for a lot of the area's schools, including Hardyville and Ridgeland and Bamberg Earhart, a lot of those area schools that we cover regularly. So it was great to see what the future would look like. So that's about all the scores. The only other score I did see was Bridges Prep lost to what is a very solid Lake Marion team, 63-51. Now, girls basketball from Friday night. Bishop England gets the win over Bluffton, 53-41. Beaufort puts a stomping on May River, 62-32, 30-point game. That Beaufort team is rolling right now, and it's going to be tough to stop them.
They didn't even play their best game. I was there for 3/4 of it.
Scary to think about.
And I talked to Reggie after the game, and he's like, we didn't even play our best. Yeah. I'm really excited for what I'm going to see tomorrow night.
I think my eyes opened up completely to Beaufort after their win over Bishop England. That win there, I had high hopes for that Bishop England team,
and they dominated them. It wasn't close.
They destroyed them. They put a butt whooping on them, and for me, that's really what opened my eyes to say, oh, this Beaufort team's for real. I mean, they are for real, for real. And so it's impressive to see what this Beaufort team can do. And by the way, it's not like they're the most seasoned team either. They don't have a whole lot of seniors. A lot of them are, juniors and below. And so this is a Beaufort program that's going to be here for at least the next couple seasons, which is really exciting.
We talked a lot about, Kevin and I, last week in our Hilton Head Prep Bluffton matchups, that it's middleclassmen that are really dominating. Not so much the upperclassmen or lowerclassmen, but sophomore, juniors. That's going to be the same deal. Obviously, we're seeing Bluffton again, but the same deal with both these Beaufort teams, and I'm really excited for it. Thoughts on that?
Someone who I wasn't really familiar with was Jenna Hayward. How do you say her name? It's not pronounced like the USCB woman. It's Jania? Is it Jania or Jania?
I believe it is. Did you say something, Max?
Who are we talking about?
Jania or Jania Hayward. I'm going to pronounce it Jania unless I hear.
I think it's Jania.
Yeah.
Jania. Okay, Jania Hayward, the sophomore from Beaufort, who has been the breakout sensation this year. She's had
Amira Brown
game.
Yes, that's big deal.
Yep.
Yeah, Amira Brown has been that other player for Beaufort that's really showed in a way.
Her to be, but Hayward was kind of the guy who was broken through.
Right.
She's just a sophomore.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a program that's going to be here and ready to roll for the next couple seasons, I think, and it's really showing right now. Other scores: Hanahan took the win over Battery Creek, 51-43. Lake Marion beat Bridges Prep, 68-34. This is where I was confused. Whale Branch got the 53-45 win over Hampton County girls basketball team, which, by the way, that's a solid Hampton County girls team. So that's an impressive win for Whale Branch. And it's someone to keep an eye on in that Whale Branch girls team, see how they do through the rest of the season. Hardyville got their first women's varsity basketball win of the season against Royal Live Oaks. Not a high-scoring game, put it that way. 26-8 was the final score in that game. So congratulations to Hardyville on their first win this season, and hopefully one of many more to come over the next couple seasons. They're trying to build something there, but again, it is very much so a JV basketball team with some varsity uniforms on right now. They're very, very young, but don't sleep on them over the next couple seasons because they're going to start picking up some heat. JP2 girls continues to play some really good basketball. Gets the 63-27 win over Trinity Collegiate out of Florence. Very impressive win for them. Hilton Head Prep girls gets the 36-20 win over Hilton Head Christian. The one score I have not been able to find. It may be on Max Preps now, but Andrew Jackson Academy at Holy Trinity, that is the girls' game.
I don't believe that I saw that either. I was looking for it like crazy, and I didn't catch it.
So, yeah, there's that. So, upcoming games tomorrow for both girls and boys basketball. Obviously, the WHHI game of the week on the road in Ladies Island, Bluffton taking on Beaufort in both girls and boys basketball. You can watch that on WHHI.com. And I believe YouTube as well, if I'm not mistaken, Marcus.
We are not doing basketball live as per usual, but we have plenty of ways that you can find it. Every night at midnight after the premiere, which will be on the weekends, 4 to 7 on the WHHI TV sports block. Catch it Apple TV, Roku, YouTube TV, Fire TV, WHHITV.com. I think that's about it, but ton of ways you can catch it for sure.
So definitely check those out. WHHI Game of the Week. Bobcats go on the road to Ladies Island, take on Beaufort. May River at Colleton County. Should be a good game between the girls' teams. That Colleton County girls' team is a very solid program right now. But it's the boys' team that intrigues me a little bit because we have been told before. I don't think any of us, well, maybe Wes. Wes has possibly been to a Colleton County game, maybe. But
I've seen them yet.
Yeah, apart from that, myself and Marcus, we don't know what a Colleton County basketball game is like just yet. We're going to get there one day. Don't worry. But from what we hear, it is one of the best environments in our region of basketball, high school basketball, and the gymnasium they play in is absolutely special from what I hear. And it provides a potential trap game again for May River's boys basketball team, to where in an environment like that, after losing 2 in a row, you have your backs up against the wall now. You got to fight your way through the rest of this region schedule to have a chance to finish at least in the top 3 right now after those 2 losses, especially with how Bluffton's been playing. So this is a bit of a trap game, in my opinion, in my mind, for May River boys. Hopefully they can get through it. But, despite Colleton County not being the strongest team in the region, they're one of those teams that I have said could provide some chaos within the region. So this is a very interesting game for those, for both May River and for Colleton County.
Yeah, absolutely. May River needs to get things going. This could be a get right match for them, with certainly girls and guys, but these could be get right games for them if they can really have their, pedal to the metal and get back to playing May River basketball, because they struggled for sure against Beaufort, as I saw the other night.
Yeah. Other games, big one over in Burton, South Carolina. Battery Creek at home tomorrow, taking on North Charleston. Girls basketball, North Charleston's been known to have a good women's basketball team and a men's basketball team. Battery Creek girls are going to struggle a little bit, I think. But for the boys, this is a big one for them. You win this game, you obviously remain undefeated in region play. But this is a North Charleston team, despite their 7-9 record, are very good. And they are very strong. They have been a strong program for years, and they are very strong this year, despite that record. I wouldn't pay attention to that record. They had a very strong out of conference schedule leading up into region play. And mind you, Orangeburg Wilkinson, one of the top 5 ranked teams in all of 3A basketball, they only lost to ODub by 2, 52-50 game in favor of Orangeburg Wilkinson over North Charleston. So this is a very good North Charleston team, and this is going to be a very interesting game for Battery Creek to see if they can stay undefeated in region play heading into their next region game, which I believe will be Orangeburg Wilkinson. So this is a very interesting one for them. But they've played great so far, and I have some real high hopes for the rest of the season for this Battery Creek team, especially with after that loss to May River. They've really flipped a switch and have played some really incredible basketball as of late.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
so we got that game. Bridges Prep at Hampton County. That's an interesting one. I have a feeling Bridges Prep boys, I just don't think they're quite skilled and quite experienced enough yet to handle Hampton County. They're just not there. Girls basketball, same kind of thing. I think Hampton County is going to lay a butt whooping on the women's basketball team because they're just very young as well. Both of those Bridges Prep teams are very young. So expect Hampton County to kind of dominate on both men's and women's basketball. Barnwell at Whale Branch, that could be interesting for both the women's and the men's basketball teams. We'll see how they both do in that one. Bamberg Earhart at Ridgeland, that also should be very interesting. See what Ridgeland's men's basketball team can do. See if they can try to figure something out to stay alive in their region because they have struggled as of late. And then other games, girls basketball games, cross schools at Hilton Head Prep. That cross school girls team is very solid right now, and we've been excited to see what they've been doing as of late. And then for boys basketball, JP2 in a region game on the road at Camden Military, and that is all the games for Tuesday night, so tomorrow. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night and you want to go do something fun and interesting, go out and watch some high school basketball. The community would love it. Yeah, it's a fun time. So those are all the high school basketball games. And then,
no Hilton Head though. Hilton Head High looks to be off.
They are
off until
Friday.
Friday.
They've got May River.
Buford. Yep. So Hilton Head's getting some days off. Much deserved. They've played some good basketball as of late.
They've had a tough start to the region. They've had a really challenging early region schedule.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's what I mentioned the other day too, is that the schedule, the way it's been configured this year, you just have these teams that are playing so much basketball in such a confined period of time.
Yes.
I'm seeing more back-to-backs this year than I recall seeing maybe ever. It's really something to kind of behold, to see these teams get after it quite literally night after night after night. And the majority of them are doing a heck of a job with it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the games for the upcoming. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we'll probably be back on air for a Wednesday show or possibly a Thursday or Friday show. We'll see. But only a couple games on Wednesday. May River at Whale Branch for both girls and boys basketball. And JP2 boys take a trip to Hilton Head to take on the Dolphins of Hilton Head Prep. So that should be a very, very interesting game between those two teams. We know Hilton Head Prep's got a boys basketball team that could handle some of those big teams, despite them not being what they used to be. They still got a team that can give some teams a scare. We've seen that a lot this season out of that Hilton Head Prep team. But you know they're going to come in angry, especially after that loss to Hilton Head Christian, which they lost by over 20 points. So it just they're going to come in angry. So it could be an interesting game there. So that is high school basketball for the upcoming week, and then we'll get into Friday games in our next show. So as I'm getting,
I do have a couple things. I do have a couple things that I do just want to mention again with the matchups that I'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Got a bunch of information certainly from the coaches. The matchup between the guys, according to Max Preps, and take it for what it's worth, because sometimes Max Preps is 100% accurate, sometimes it's not. 1 point difference between the Buford guys and the Bluffton guys. 55 to 54, I believe it is. Buford with the 1 point edge. The series is tied all time at 15 games apiece. It's going to be tight, and Buford has a chance. I don't think they're going to win the region without question, but they have a chance to play sleeper and really make things interesting in that region if they can take the momentum from that May River win and end up, taking it to Bluffton and Hilton Head and whoever they play and giving their best effort the rest of the way.
Right.
I think they have a chance to have a really interesting season. Obviously, seeing Bluffton a bunch this year, they are tough as nails, and they're going to give Beaufort everything that they can handle, and then maybe some extra. Um, Looking forward to it. Going to be very interesting. Obviously, Coach Gabriel and Coach Huff certainly know each other quite well. On the girls' side, Amira Brown will hit the 1,000 point mark tomorrow. I thought she
Wow.
already did it, but
That's
I was
interesting.
told from Coach Jones today that's going to happen. So I will find out where she is exactly on that threshold, and I said I will bring the hype for sure on the call for no doubt about it. So that's something to look into for sure. And there again, Bluffton's got some athletes that match up, I think, pretty good with Beaufort. It's just going to be a tough, gritty battle. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, Beaufort struggled some the other night. I expect them to come out and give it their best, and Bluffton's got some athletes to match. That should really be fun. And two very good coaches in Clarissa Coddington in year number 2 for her, and then certainly Reggie Jones. He's been around Beaufort quite some time.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to getting out to Ladies Island and catching both for sure tomorrow. It's going to be another busy day.
Yep. It's going to be a
Yep.
very
By the
busy
way,
day.
we got ourselves a ball game in
Yes, we do.
Miami as the Hurricanes just pull off a long touchdown run.
Missed it.
And it's 10-7. All of a sudden, after Indiana looks like they were going to run away with this thing, we got ourselves a 3-point game.
There
Yeah.
you go.
It's going to be fun. It's an interesting ball game now, fellas, as we continue to watch it. Let's go into our sponsors. Obviously, our all-star sponsors, Mickelson Law Firm, our original sponsor and all-star sponsor, official real estate closing attorney, and presenting sponsor of our HHCA coverage, especially after that amazing win for the boys basketball team this past week. Call on Mickelson Law Firm for all your legal needs. And of course, our very good friends in WHHI TV, our great partners in local sports journalism, and the only television station devoted exclusively to covering the Lowcountry. Keep up with the latest news on WHHI TV, available through Spectrum and Hargrave, or streaming online at WHHITV.com. Okay, let's get into USCB basketball. Obviously, we had a men's game today against Fayetteville State here this afternoon at the Cove. Apparently, defense was not in the playbook today for both of these teams. A 114-112 win in favor of Fayetteville State. That is a high-scoring.
Wow.
Oops, sorry. That is a high-scoring basketball game. Sorry, my dogs are barking like there's no tomorrow.
Maybe they're happy that Miami scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think so. So a high-scoring game for both teams. Evan Kilminster lead the way with USCB with 27 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. Dominic Eason, 18 points, a steal, 2 blocks, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. Nolan Paladugu had a good day, 12 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. And how about Kawan Anderson, 23 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers on the day for USCB in a 112 points. You would think that would get them to win most of the time, but not today.
Some non-conference games can be kind of weird.
Yeah, it really is. It's just it's kind of a fun game, especially at this point in the season. Despite who wins and loses, you just want to have it's kind of a fun game, kind of a little more laid back. You focus more so on conference play, but from the field, 48% field goal percentage, 37% from a free 3-point line, 63% from the free throw line. So USCB, good day and all in terms of offense, not so much on defense, because Fayetteville State had quite the run of their own. 3 guys with over 20 points in the game: Larry Howell, Romeo Aquino, and Ezekiel Kennedy, all with more than 20 points in this game, and it really was the leading factor. And then you had two other players with at least double digits in points. So I mean,
I'm
just
not
a
gonna
high scoring game.
I'm not gonna take too much from this game. It's a
No,
weird start
not
time,
at all.
Monday afternoon. You're still coming off the emotional high of what was a big time win on Saturday
And
when they took
that's
down North Georgia for the second year in a row at home. So
yeah,
I'm not in any way moved at all by
no.
what happened today.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Or texted in our group chat after we had talked about that. We had mentioned that game, that final score, and he basically said it was good to have a loss like that. It was, sometimes it's good to have a loss.
So I guess what was happening is they I wanted to talk about this earlier, but like just remembered it now. It's weird because this conference has 11 teams. I'm going to say this: there should never be a point where you have an odd number of teams in your conference. It just does not look right
No.
because then you're gonna have one team on a bye. It just makes everything very weird. I mean, I guess sometimes you have to have. I mean, you have to have it in order to because you have a mixed number of teams that are leaving or coming in. You have to get Middle Georgia State in, but I don't know. I feel like you got to have an even number of teams in your conference because it's just the bye weeks just mess with me as someone who has been a part of this conference with my work with USCB. I mean, look, I think it's great to have Middle Georgia, and it's great to have more teams in your conference, but add two at a time or add one. And I don't know. It's just, but I guess it's hard to always get it right. But
yeah,
I just don't like the bye weeks. It's you have to take some time off. Just in the whole the scheduling is just off for every team because you have to have one team that has to sit out for a week or for a game week, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But it is what it is. And because of that, you got to have opportunities to pick up some more games. So I understand why they got this game in. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So, you got students off from school, kids off from school, some people off from work. But, it's just, it's good to have the opportunity to play some more games during the season and then have some more opportunities. And losses like this are a great learning opportunity, I think, for that squad as a whole. Like this, it does not change my opinion at all on the direction of this team. I am excited for what's going to come ahead on Friday, which is a rematch of last year's Peach Belt Championship game, USCB against USC Aiken.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, that men's game this past Saturday, I know you guys talked about it on Saturday night. Obviously, a huge win over the number 10 team in North Georgia, according to the latest NCAA Division II rankings. New rankings will come out, and I wouldn't be shocked if USCB, maybe after that win, could start receiving some votes towards the top 25. It's a very, very high possibility to see USCB starting to receive some votes, especially sitting second now in the Peach Belt.
Yeah, I mean, look, I will say that it is very deep and talented, rankings pool of teams. So it's definitely not easy to crack it. But certainly USC that's a big resume building win with what you were able to do against Georgia, knocking them off, number 10 team in the country. So
and
that was a blast to be on the call for, by the way. Just a tremendous game, and once again, Evan Kilman this time with an assist to set up Eason for the game. But certainly, it felt real for a second because I'll tell you what. I mean, you miss a free throw on that 1-and-1, and there were several times where just somehow North Georgia was able to stay in it, and just crazy how they even tied it. That felt like the Sharks put that game away before, and then but the ability to reset right afterwards, and that's why I talked to Ron Fidal after the game about just this team has that will in them to just keep pushing and keep fighting, and we're gonna find a way to give ourselves the best opportunity, even if things don't go our way. And that's what I love about this team. That's what I love about Coach Fidala. He just brings that palpable energy that really is shown throughout the team and onto the fan base as well. So really impressed once again by the demeanor of this team and the fight of this team, and just a couple of really close, hard-fought wins. And now back half the schedule, you get a ton of home games, which is going to be great to see them a lot down the stretch into February.
Yeah, obviously on Saturday, stats for the game: Dominic Eason led the way with 18 points, a block, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds, including that game-winning layup to give USCB the upset over number 10 North Georgia. Dylan Lewis had 11 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Evan Kilminster came in clutch with the assist, game-winning assist, 9 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds for him. Hudson Norton had a good day, 7 points, 3 steals, assist. I've been waiting to see Hudson Norton kind of break out from the bench. He's played well this year, but I've been waiting to see him really come into his own, and I think he's starting to get there. So it's good to see that. Obviously, the one thing that was great to see back on the court was Kevon Price after being out with what I assume was an injury at the time. And so to have him back on the court was great to see for USCB. And it just adds a whole new element to this roster to have him back on the court, and just helps them become even stronger. And he had a decent day too. I mean, only 3 points, but a block and a rebound. So he's starting to get, he's just coming back. So he's going to get there for him. But overall stats, 54%, actually 55% field goal percentage, right around 48% from the three-point line. That's really impressive for USCB. And then 52.6% from the free throw line. So really good game by USCB, get that win. And then, of course, the women's team also takes down North Georgia 68-64 this past Saturday. Really impressive win for this USCB women's basketball team, who's now sitting top 3 in the standings.
Yes, both teams are right down the top 4. If the season ended today, we would have a doubleheader in the playoffs.
Doubleheader at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
How great is that?
Both the women and the men would play in the first round at home if they were able to.
I mean, if USCB keeps winning, there's a chance that they could be playing at home the entire playoffs the way it goes. You get the 1 seed.
If you get the 1 seed, you get
hosting.
the 1 seed, you get to host the semifinals and the final. Which even you would host even if no matter which team makes it, the highest seed left after the quarterfinals host the semifinal and the final.
You get a top 2. You get a top 2 seed at the end of the year. You have a shot at hosting. I mean, that's really, really fun.
Long way to go. But certainly the anticipation, the excitement, certainly building even more so than last year. You thought last year was fun. This year, especially with the women, the emergence of them, plus the men's team improving as well. It's going to be so much fun at the Cove these last couple of weeks as we head down the stretch of the season.
How about this women's basketball team, though, with the win on Saturday, especially the duo of Tanaya Bowman and Janiah Hayward on Saturday? Tanaya Bowman, 26 points, a steal, 6 rebounds. Janiah Hayward, 25 points, a steal, assist, and 6 rebounds. I mean, 25
just
and
an incredible
26
dynamic
right
duo. Those two, so fun to watch.
So
man,
good.
They've just been so much growing together as players. But I mean, talk about Tanaya and the fearlessness that she has, the quickness that she has, and then Janiah with the big time 3. Someone who I don't think has taken too many threes. She's more of like
not really
a player that will look towards developing more things inside. But man, that was the go-ahead shot in this game. The 3 late with 55 seconds to go.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. Samantha
Bardonaro.
Yeah, Samantha Bardonaro had a good day. 7 points, 4 steals, an assist, and 2 rebounds. Lydia Gattosi, not great in stats, but she had a big help in the team too. 3 points.
And to have her, and I said Saturday, to have her as an off night and still be the number 1 team in the conference
means something.
Yeah,
it means something. It means this team is built to compete and be able to continue to compete, barring injuries. I mean, this is really the first season we have seen a women's basketball team that has not fallen into injury issues as of yet. And we're seeing, I mean, we've talked about it before. When this team is healthy, they're going to do some really great things in basketball. They're healthy. They're playing great.
Someone who has not played this year, but someone who they learned a lot from was Brielle Bartle, who was such a great leader, especially last year, and now certainly that has rubbed off on other players on this team who are starting to step
Yeah.
up, and that's it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Overall stats for that game: 45% from the field, 33% from the 3-point line. Here's a stat that really boggles my mind: 81, actually 82% if you round up, from the free throw line. 18 of 22 in free throw attempts. That was really a key factor for them in this game. Was that incredible stat there in terms of their free throw percentage in this game. And they just played really well. So really great for them. So upcoming schedules for USCB. Obviously, the boys team had a game today against Fayetteville State. They will not play on Wednesday. Neither will the girls. They will not be back to basketball action until Saturday, and it's a big one, at least for us. I don't know if this team considers us a rivalry, but we consider them as a rival. USC Aiken comes to town to take on USCB. As we remember, last time these two teams played to start out region play, the women's team got the win over USC Aiken, but the men's team lost by 74-73 over USC Aiken. They're looking for revenge, and when this team looks for revenge, they are very tough and very determined. So they're coming into this one looking for a good win. And by the way, USC Aiken men's basketball has not had a great season after that win. They've been sitting towards the bottom of the Peach Belt standings this year, at least in the bottom half of the Peach Belt standings. They have not played that great. So a good opportunity for USCB, both men's and women's teams, to pick up yet another win in Peach Belt play. So obviously the women's game on Saturday will be at 1:30. The men's game will be around 3:30, depending on how long the women's game goes on for. So it's going to be some fun times in the Cove.
I expect the women to have a decent shot at winning by potentially double digits. USC Aiken team is certainly they've been competitive, but I think that USCB has shown that they can play much better than they have.
I think with USCB men's at home, I think they have a really good chance, especially with how USC Aiken has played of late. I expect USCB to have a really good game here for the men's team and potentially pick up yet another win to keep them at least within half a game of the first place Lander. So, and that Lander team, we saw earlier
Lander as well. So that should be.
It should be an interesting one on Saturday. So, good games for them coming up on Saturday, and then they will play on the road next Wednesday at Augusta. So that's the upcoming schedule for USCB, both men's and women's. And let's go into our next group of sponsors here. And we'll go through those next sponsors and then go into our parting thoughts. So we'd like to welcome back Hudson Seafood House on the docks to the LowcoSports sponsors. Great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. A presenting sponsor of one of our flagship shows, Under the Bus, which will be airing new episodes every Tuesday on the LowcoSports Media Network. Hopefully another show, possibly tomorrow night. I'm sure they're going to want to talk about the results of the college football playoff.
Under the Bus, actually, we're moving it to Thursday this week.
I was going to say, I think it's moving.
The boys are going to go on Thursday night. I'm not sure if Bob Stevens will be back. He's had
Bob's out on the road. Bob's out until about the middle of February.
Yes,
JJ
is our good friend JJ.
JJ's going to hop in.
Guy.
So we'll see the new show hopefully on Thursday. Next sponsor, Twinge and Twombly, our new sponsor. Personal injury attorneys, rare name, remarkable service. Credit to our good friend from USCB, of course, and also Hardyville High School. The number one,
Jeff Riley.
Yeah, the number one four-mopper in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing in that sponsor.
Yeah, he's getting excited about his New England Patriots because they are headed to the AFC Championship.
And he's got, I don't know if you guys have seen as of late, but he now has an official USCB shirt that says number one floor mopper in the business. And you can't deny it. You can't deny it. And then of course, Hilton Head Windows and Doors, Coach Barron, setting a new type of screen within the Lowcountry. Go check them out in Bluffton. if you know, right behind Chick-fil-A actually, and the Lowe's area. So go check out Coach Barron, improving your view of the Loco. And then our final sponsors, of course, our great friends of Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind, which had a great show last night. Go check it out if you love wrestling as much as we do. And we've heard wrestling programs from around the entire area, even outside of our region, that wants to come in and talk on the Loco Grind because there's no one else covering it like we do. So it was a great show last night. So I ask you wholeheartedly, if you're into wrestling, please go watch that show. It is a very fantastic show. And then, of course, Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. All right, parting thoughts. We will start with Mr. Marcus Walsh.
Tell you what, again, really looking forward to tomorrow. I know I mentioned some of the numbers on the guys matchup. The girls matchup's a little bit more sparsed out a little bit. Bluffton has a definite edge all time, but it's still within about a 10-point differential. That's it, as big play for an Indiana touchdown.
Yep.
Big touchdown. Holy
Indiana, this defense has been incredible.
They smoked them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa. Tell you what,
block punt, special teams.
He's all about next play.
Touchdown,
yeah. His camera angle. Every time he looks straight at a camera, it makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
So really thinking that it's going to be pretty interesting. Buford's going to give Bluffton a really good test tomorrow for sure on the girls' side, and I mentioned quite a bit about what to look forward to on the guys' side as well. Ran into somebody that I will see next week. Next week we're doing HHCA at JP2, and I just happened to see Sean Thalen at Hinchy's last night. I was out with the Funky Bunch and my mom and dad, and I was craving an Italian beef sandwich from Hinchy's.
Yeah,
so that's where we went. We watched a good bit of the Patriots game there, and I saw Sean and had some thoughts for him, and just wanted to wish him well and everything. And I actually met his mom. I didn't realize it was his mom, but she came up to me and was talking to me and whatnot. I tell you what a kid Sean Thalen is, and I say it a bunch.
I remember that catch he made football season.
And I talked to him about it.
Yeah,
the catch he made against Hilton Head Prep.
Wow, I was
one of the best catches I think I've
live stream when you guys were when you're covering that game this fall. Wow. Man, that was special.
It was sensational. It was super. It was scintillating. It was sensational. It was absolutely phenomenal. But I talk about it all the time. The great kids and certainly the coaches and the families that I get to know while doing what I do for WHHI for sure. And Sean's right up there with, just class act written in the stars, and he's a leader on that basketball team. He's a leader on the football team. And I even told him, I said, I heard that it was a little bit touch and go whether you were going to be playing football. And he said, yeah, I wasn't so sure about it up until the kind of the 11th hour, but I decided to go for it. And I looked at him and I said, good call. Way to go. Way to go. Just an outstanding young man. And we've got so many of them, and looking forward again to seeing Hilton Head Prep, or excuse me, HHCA against JP2 next week. But got the battle between Bluffton and Beaufort to take care of first.
The Broad River battle.
It's going to be a fun couple of games as we are headed towards the last couple of weeks of the regular season. It's going to be so much at stake, especially in that Region 6-4 every week. So that's going to be a ton of fun. I have a couple of party thoughts. First off, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as we celebrate such an amazing figure and leader, and left such an incredible legacy. And we continue to follow his dream today. So outstanding person, leader, and figure of this country as we honor the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So just awesome to remember his legacy and what he has done for this country.
And the funny thing is, it's as someone who I am a minority in this country, and so as someone who's a minority, I look up to him even if I'm not an African American. I think he not only represented civil rights for African Americans, but civil rights for all minorities in our great country, and I think that's what made him such a special figure and such an enticing figure, someone who everybody could look up to. And so I think for me, it's a special day for me, a special day for a lot of people who are minorities in this country, minorities who, unfortunately, at times are, verbally attacked, possibly physically attacked, just because of what they look like, and it's unfortunate that it happens often in this country. But I think he is a figure that any minority, someone of a minority looks up to and says, yeah, I mean, he changed the world forever.
He did.
Because of him, we have an easier life than we could have had without him there, without him being the figure that he was.
Yep.
What he did was he spread and preached kindness.
Yep.
And I've said it, there's so many problems in the world and so many problems, let alone in this country. If we could just go back to being 5 years old, what was one of the first things that we learned when we were 5? How to treat people. Treat people the way you would like to be treated.
Golden
and
rule.
If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yep.
And somewhere along the line, even as adults, we forget that. And if we would just take a second to remember to be kind to people, no matter what. Do we have to agree with them? No. And that's okay to have a civil disagreement. I have civil disagreements with a bunch of people. Trust me. But if we can go back to learning how to accept people for who they are and be kind to one another, that's what that man preached. And this world still needs a whole lot of that.
Love your neighbor as yourself, people.
Yes.
Love your neighbor.
Great stuff.
Continue on, Wes.
Yeah, great stuff right there, Marcus. My next parting thoughts. Obviously, a terrific weekend of playoff action, the National Football League divisional round. But most importantly, my man Poona Ford heading to the NFC Championship for I think the first time in his career.
Baby.
After an unbelievable game, Caleb Williams. How in the world was he able to find Cole Kmet for that game?
That was that is Caleb Williams, y'all. That is Caleb Williams to a T. I mean, you see him during his college days, you see him during his NFL days. For most quarterbacks, that's impossible. For him, that's just an everyday Sunday game for him. That's what it is. He loves the atmosphere. He loves being under pressure. There's no one better at that position under pressure than Caleb Williams and getting out of a situation that you would think would be impossible to get out of. But for him, it's just an everyday play, an everyday moment for him. And it's what makes him such a special quarterback. And I guarantee you guys this Chicago Bears team is going to be here for the foreseeable future. And they're going to be a team who I really do think will be a Super Bowl team in the next couple seasons, 100%.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
But yeah, great to see Poona, get this opportunity. He is one step away from the big game, which
that should be really a fantastic game, by the
way.
Between
cool. Seattle and LA. That I think that could go either way. I mean,
round 3, baby.
2 division rivals. There's nothing better than that. Seattle has really shown that they're playing like they were 10 plus years ago. Maybe not as good as that Legion Booth defense, but they were tormenting San Francisco in that ball game. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what will happen there. And finally, my final parting thought is this: who cares about the national championship when we have a goalie fight in the NHL?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. Go at it, baby. Yeah. Yes.
Very
Oh
rare
my.
to see
Going
that.
at it, baby. You can't say no to that.
Well, especially at this level, the goalies do not go at each other very often.
God.
Right.
That's insane. Actually, it's funny because I saw actually in the ECHL, actually a team that I think we would consider as local, the Carolina Stingrays, based out of Charleston. They were playing a game against another ECHL team,
That's
and
the same
of
league as the
course,
Ghost Pirates.
Carolina Stingrays play the Savannah Ghost Pirates year in and year out. But they were in a game, and of course, out come the goalies from their goals at the same time to meet up mid hockey rink, and just started going at it with
Yeah,
each other. And I was
mid-ice.
like, this is the best thing ever seen. Two guys with extra pads on, just starting to hit each other in the head with anything they can find, and it's always fun to watch. So a great parting thoughts there, Wes. Mine, of course. Speaking of the NFL playoffs, obviously, what an absolutely controversial game that we saw between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. It's funny because I talked about it on my show yesterday, and I was so furious that I cussed without realizing that I cussed, and then when I realized that I cussed, I had to apologize for cussing live on air on the Mad Max Loco recap. Because outside of what was a pretty decently ref game through the first 4 quarters, everything fell apart in overtime with the referee crew and the replay system for some reason, especially on that controversial catch or interception, whatever it was. It was an interception, obviously, but it should have been
unreal.
It should have been a catch, but here's the thing. They didn't review it. Would you not review a play like that? Review is available in overtime. Use it. Well, why wouldn't you use it in a situation like that?
That's the whole point. When you have the technology to review a play that is a game-changing play, that is one that you have to take a look at.
Use it.
Yeah. Look,
just use it.
That's one of those where it looked like I don't remember the receiver caught it, it felt like he caught it, and then
it was a catch.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
I think was that the ball that went to Cooks?
The defensive back for making the play, but it looked like that was a catch. His knee was.
Well, I mean, the receiver had possession going down to the ground.
Right.
He landed on the ground. The only thing that would change the whole thing was if the Denver player didn't have his hands on him when he went down. But even once you touch the ball, it's a dead ball. It's a catch.
Yeah.
The receiver had the ball, had possession, was holding on tight when he landed on the ground, and then the ball was ripped away from them. Yeah. That should have been a reviewed play, and it would have reviewed probably, unless the replay system screws it up too, would have been considered a catch and probably would have led to the Buffalo Bills kicking a game-winning field goal to head to the AFC Championship game.
The margins are so thin, and you never want to have the officials be a part of it. But if
Miami with the TD,
but
Mark Fletcher Jr.
Bills, there are no excuses because Josh Allen had a wide open Dawson Knox at the end of regulation that would have won them the game. That would have been a walking touchdown for Dawson Knox.
Threw it over his head.
Yeah,
and he turned it over like 3 or 4 times. Or they turned over like 3 or 4 times. So no excuses.
Granted, here's the thing.
That play. They should have never gotten overtime.
The other thing I would have said is the Buffalo Bills were really careless with the football in that game.
And now they have fired their head coach, Sean McDermott, today.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with this. You fire head coach Sean McDermott. You're looking for a fresh start in a new stadium next season, by the way.
Yep.
A brand new stadium. You're going to have a brand new coach. And it's going to be interesting who they go after. Now, they're a little late into the coaching carousel, but now they have to make a decision on who the next head coach is going to be. And obviously they're going to be starting interviews as quickly as possible. Because, while I love Sean McDermott and he has an impressive record and history as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, the one thing I just didn't understand was whenever it was crucial games and crucial moments, the Buffalo Bills always just seemed to play tight. And that was just the biggest issue I had. And I am a huge fan of Sean McDermott, and I love him as a coach. But they just could not seem to get over the hump
I think
when the moments came.
I mean, this is Josh Allen's prime of his career, and there's there's a mental aspect to it as well. You just need a kind of a restart or a reset in terms of a new coach in this new stadium, which is going to be really fun to see in Buffalo starting next year. I think they're just going to have a good selection of guys that could be good potential hires, and certainly will be a extremely attractive. I mean, it's the most attractive job in the market now. It's open. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. And you look at all the coaches out there that are looking for new jobs. Obviously, Mike McDaniels has not gotten a new job yet. We'll see where he ends up going. I doubt it's going to be as a head coach of the Buffalo Bills,
No.
but
OC somewhere, I think.
Clint Kubiak's still on the block of coaches that are still available and looking for a new job, a potential head coaching job. Obviously, the Atlanta Falcons took Kevin Stefanski, so he's off the block of coaches in the coaching carousel that are available. So you could be looking at Clint Kubiak. A wide open, a Hail Mary would be seeing if Mike Tomlin's interested in going to the Buffalo Bills, which, hey, I mean, there's a possibility there, but that's a Hail Mary pass waiting to happen. Obviously you would have to trade for Mike Tomlin if you were to name him as the next head coach. You would have to trade for him, being that he is still under contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the time being. So it's interesting to see where that goes for the Buffalo Bills. They're just looking for a fresh start. And I hate to see Sean McDermott go after all the great seasons he has had for the Buffalo Bills. But, I mean, this was the year to win the Super Bowl if you were the Buffalo Bills. Because let's be honest, the Baltimore Ravens will be back. The Kansas City Chiefs will be back in the playoffs next year, despite, barring injuries. So, like, if there was any year to do it, this was a year without Lamar Jackson.
Can't forget about Cincinnati if Burrow's healthy.
Cincinnati. I'm not super sold on Cincinnati right now. I'm waiting to see.
Well, their defense needs a rehaul, but like if all the pieces work, then you can't count them out. But yeah, I wouldn't put them.
Well, the other thing is, obviously they've retained Zach Taylor as the head coach.
And that's probably the biggest red flag, is that they need to get rid of him. In my opinion, they need a fresh they need a fresh start.
So,
I cannot believe Zach Taylor is still Cincinnati's head coach.
I don't think Cincinnati's in that realm at the moment.
Yeah,
I think they could be there, but I don't think they will be.
I think predominantly the whole but the whole thing over the last several years has been, you have Josh Allen, and then you have the other three guys in Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. And this was Josh Allen's lane.
This is wide open.
Get to the Super Bowl.
Wide open,
and they didn't do it.
By the way,
Denver's a fantastic team, and then they certainly have earned that number one seed. But at the same time, you just expected Josh Allen to step.
They're going to get crushed, by the way, next weekend.
Good luck. You're going up against a very solid New England defense
without Bo Nix.
I would feel a lot different if Bo Nix was playing, and I feel so bad for him.
But
probably has New England as slight favorites. They've been more impressive a bit in the playoffs.
Sure.
I still probably would have gone New England. I think this will cement them as the heavy favorites. Who
would have thought New England might be back in the Super Bowl in a couple weeks? And that's crazy to think about.
I'll
tell you what, Vrabel's done a heck of a job
without Tom Brady.
He's absolutely the right guy for that coaching job.
As much as I would love to see Poona Ford get to the Super Bowl with LA, Seattle at home, that defense, I think we are going to see the makings of Seattle, New England. And when you think about it, Seattle, New England, Denver, LA, you're talking about the last 5 to 10 years or so repeating themselves with those four teams.
I really hate that, though. I hate that.
So those fan bases especially Seattle's fan base would love to get another crack at New England after
no doubt. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's one of my parting thoughts. What was the other one I was going to say? Oh yeah, I want to thank Hardyville High School for allowing me to come in today to the Hurricane Alley and having some fun watching the future of high school basketball here in the Lowcountry, watching a lot of the local area teams going at it today. So it was a great privilege to be a part of that today and have some fun with the kids I want to appreciate Misa Garzone and Blake Rayleigh for allowing me to come and join them. Obviously, Misa Garzone, the AD of Hardyville, Blake Rayleigh, the high school principal, for allowing me to come and
he's still trolling over there, Misa. Or is he?
Oh yeah, he's always trolling. There's never a day when he's not trolling. But I do want to appreciate them for allowing me to come and join them at the MLK second annual MLK Bash, and they have big plans for the future of that tournament. They're thinking about opening it up to have add some teams from the Georgia Savannah area come in for this tournament and make it a huge tournament. And it'd be really, really fun to see some of the top JV teams from not only the Lowcountry but also the Coastal Empire being a part of it. So it's going to be something special. They're definitely building on what is already a great tournament. So I just wanted to say I appreciate them for all that they're doing with the whole situation there. So I think that's going to do it for us. We're going to try and go back to watching the rest of this game and what has been a fantastic game.
It felt right like now. It was getting away, but it's a good one now. It's
17-14.
It's a fantastic game, and we're going to try to get off of here and go watch the rest of it, and we'll be back for the next show to give you our final thoughts on the college football season, as well as thoughts on what the
day of college hoops or high school hoops.
Yep, and then focus in towards what the next big thing is, which is obviously March Madness, which is not far away, believe it or not. It's crazy to think about, but we're not that far away from March Madness beginning. But we'll talk about the conclusion of the college football season and our thoughts on that on the next LowcoSports Lowdown. Not sure when our next show will be, but it's at some point this week. So that's going to do it for us. We like to thank I like to thank our guests, which we didn't have any. I guess we can consider Marcus as no longer
Marcus
a guest, but a mainstay. He's not really a guest though. He's already a part of the show, so he's not really
no guests tonight. Just three of us. So,
would have been great to bring in a guest. Tucker TV Paws, obviously at the Miami Indiana game, could have brought him in at halftime.
Indeed.
Cool.
But I'd like to thank, of course, our LowcoSports sponsors, especially Mickelson Law Firm, and of course WHHI TV for being our all-star sponsors. And we want to thank you for showing up and listening and watching us. We'll be back later on this week, and we're going to have a lot of fun talking about basketball games from tomorrow night. Quite a lot of them. So go check out some high school basketball tomorrow night if you're not doing anything. But that's going to do it for us. For Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr, I am Max Arraj. And until next time, go Loco.